Hi everybody, my name is Pete Herr and I want to thank you for stopping by my website PeteHerrSuccess.com, where I'm going to share with you valuable tips on how to create the life that you want to lead. Today I want to talk to you about three easy things that you can do on a daily basis that will help create positive change in your life. The first thing I want to talk to you about is imagination. One of the unique things about being a human being is that we have the gift of imagination, and that allows us to see the world as it is or to see the world as we'd like it to be. It allows us to visualize success. Every one of us has our idea of what success looks like. Some of us would like to be famous, some of us would like to have more money, we'd like to get better grades or be better at sports or get that promotion at work. All of those are valid ideas for success. So with your imagination, it allows you to create a positive mental image of that success before you move out to go get it. A lot of us think that imagination is just for kids. We see kids out in the backyard playing in the sandbox, and they can entertain themselves for hours. They travel all over the world, they travel all over the galaxy, they travel all over the universe, and they never leave the backyard. The sad thing is that as we get older, we give up on our imagination because we think it's just for kids. Well, there's plenty of people out there, plenty of very successful people, athletes, speakers, actors, performers. They don't give up on their imagination. As a matter of fact, they use it to their advantage. What they do is, a lot of times you'll see any one of those group of people that I just mentioned, before a big event that they have going on, they'll separate themselves from the group. You'll see them off by themselves, maybe they're listening to music. What they're doing, they have a pre-game, a pre-event sort of ritual, and a lot of them, what they're doing is they're visualizing success. They're seeing things before they actually go out and do it. So the first thing that you have to do on a daily basis is you have to see it. You have to create that positive mental image of what success looks like in order for you to go move towards that. Once you create that mental image, the next thing that you want to do is you want to revisit that image frequently in your mind. I like to revisit my image at least twice a day. The first thing in the morning, it's a great time. I wake up, nothing bad has happened yet. I like to say first thing in the morning, nobody's yelled at me yet. So here's the thing. I lay there in bed for a minute, I revisit my image, and it gets me going on a positive foot. It seeds the day with a positive image. The second time I absolutely like to revisit my image is right before I go to bed. We have two different layers of our mind. The first layer is our conscious mind, the second layer is our subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind continues to work even after the rest of our body's gone to sleep. If the last thing you do before you go to bed is to seed your subconscious mind with positive images, your subconscious mind will continue to work towards those images while you sleep. That's great. That's one of those things that you don't even have to pay attention to it. It's on autopilot and it just works without you. The other time that I like to revisit an image or create an image is before I'm doing something. When I'm doing a presentation or a speech, when I'm doing a new lesson plan, when I have to get up for any reason to talk to people, or I have to go be at an event. I like to envision the success of that event before I do it. Okay, I tell my public speaking kids all the time that they should, as they're doing some relaxation breathing exercises, that one of the first things that they should do is they should imagine themselves being successful. Imagine their audience really enjoying it, and what that does is that creates that positive image for them to go forward on. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. That's how powerful your mind is. If you think that you can't do it, you're absolutely right, because your mind will act in a way that gets in the way. Okay? The second thing that I'd like to talk to you about is goals. Goals come in long, medium, and short term. And the long-term goal is basically the mental image that you just created in the last step. It's there, you create it, that's your goal. That's the tape at the end of the race. That's where you want to get to. Medium-term goals are a series of benchmarks that you need to hit in order to get to that long-term goal over a period of time. And the short-term goals are basically your daily tasks, the little things that you do on a daily basis that move you towards that long-term goal. The problem is we have a real tendency to do the easier stuff before we do the most important stuff. There's a thing out there called the 80-20 rule. And what the 80-20 rule says is that you're going to get 80% of your results from 20% of your tasks, 20% of your actions, if you will. The problem is that we tend to focus on the 80% of the things that are easy, that don't give us the results, and we don't get things done. So what we need to do is we need to focus and do the things that are going to give us the most bang for our buck. All right, the second thing that you need to do on a daily basis is you need to identify your top two. Okay? The top two is the two most important tasks that you're going to do on a daily basis. These are the things that are going to give you the most reward by getting them done. It's a quick 4-step process in order to do your top two. The first thing you have to do is identify them. You look at your list. What are the two most important things? What are the things that are going to give you the most reward? And we identify those. The second thing that you have to do is you have to write them down. Not hard. Write them down. It doesn't matter where, in your planner. You can put them in your phone. You can write them on a pad that you carry around all day. You can put them on an index card and stick them in your pocket. Doesn't really matter where you put them, so long as you can look at them from time to time as a reminder that you need to get these things done. All right, so once you've identified them and written them down, the next step is to actually do them. This is the step that takes all the time. You have to actually put your mind to it, you have to put distractions aside, and you actually have to do it. Once you're done, most important step at the end is to celebrate. Take a minute to acknowledge your accomplishment. All right? It gives you that feeling of getting something done. It's a positive way to end it, makes you feel pretty good about things. All right, the third thing that I want to talk to you about today is positive thinking. I'm sure that many of you have seen the movie or read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And what that does is that focuses on the law of attraction. And the law of attraction simply states that positives attract positives. It's true. Would you rather hang out with a positive person, or would you rather spend your time with somebody who's negative all the time? Positive things attract other positive things. The problem is that positive thinking isn't easy. Every time you turn on the TV, there's somebody talking bad about somebody. Every time you go to Facebook, there's somebody writing bad things. It's easy to focus on the negative and not the positive. So what we need is a starting point. And our starting point for positive thinking is gratitude. Okay? Gratitude. Feeling thankful for the things that you have. Now, I recognize that everybody's life is not fantastic. A lot of you are here watching this video because you're looking to make changes because things are not great. We don't make changes in our life because things are too good. We make them because things are bothering us. But what we have to do is we have to focus on and find some positive things that we can be thankful for. And what that does is it changes our default thinking. That's what gratitude does. Changes our default thinking from focusing on the negative to looking for the positive. And once you do this over and over and over again, you start to do it as a matter of course, without even thinking about it. You're looking for the positive things. So how can you do that? How can you show gratitude? Easy way to do it. You're going to send out one positive, thankful message per day. Just one. Not hard. You can do it any way that you want to do it. You can write a note, you can make a phone call, you can text somebody, you can put a Facebook post up, you can tweet it. Doesn't matter how you do it. One positive, thankful message per day. Only takes a couple of minutes again. The cool thing about gratitude is it's a twofold positive process. Not only does it make you feel good because you focused on something good, but it also makes the person on the receiving end feel really great. When we make people understand that we appreciate them, it makes them feel really great. Okay? So there's the three things. Each one of them doesn't take more than a few seconds a piece to do it. First thing we're going to do every day, we're going to see it. We're going to create a positive mental image of the things that we want to get done. We're going to have a positive mental image of the big vision of success that we have. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to identify the top two things that we have to do on a daily basis. Doesn't matter where you write them down. You got to identify them, write them down, do them, and then do some sort of celebration at the end. And the third thing we're going to do is we're going to express gratitude by showing one positive, thankful message per day. Not hard to do. Doesn't matter who you thank. Doesn't matter how you do it. Easy. Okay? 3 things. Doesn't take more than a couple minutes. Those things, if you do those, can really make a positive impact in your life. Now, if you're interested in making a positive impact in your life, and obviously you're here, you're looking for something, what I'm going to do is I'm creating a online newsletter that I'm going to mail out monthly. If you look down right below me here, there is an email capture screen, and if you put your email in there, I'm going to add you to my email mailing list, and I'm going to send you some tips that can help make a positive impact in your life. I'm also going to thank you for signing up for my list by sending you a copy of my new short book that's called Your Life Version 2.0. And what it is it's 18-page book that deals with getting started at making meaningful change in your life. It's a pretty easy read. It gives you the starting point, and oftentimes starting is absolutely the hardest part. I really appreciate you stopping by here today. Again, my name's Pete Herr. You're at PeteHerSuccess.com. And as you start to make those changes in your life, remember that the only thing holding you back is you.